which feels like a tease to Bullseye's adamantium bones, and also research facilities. If you don't know, adamantium is the metal that's on Wolverine's skeleton, and this research facility could be teasing the Weapons Plus program, which is all about weaponizing enhanced individuals. And we actually have a whole bunch of examples in the MCU already. Sam makes a reference to the trigger words that cause Bucky to be mind controlled, and Sam gets a new Captain America suit, which looks a lot like the Winter Soldier suit, but that's drip regardless. We see some old photos in Sam Wilson's desk, like this one from the Winter Soldier with him and his wingman Riley. We get the introduction of Ruth Betsaroff, who in the comics is an Israeli mutant superhero called Sabra, but they change her origins to just be a former Black Widow, and the Red Room gets mentioned. Camp Echo 1, where the leader is being held captive, is a reference to Camp Echo 1 from the comics that would sometimes hold Bruce Banner. Throughout the movie, the leader has found a way to mind control people by playing a song called Mr. Blue, which is a direct reference and callback to his username from when he was talking to Bruce Banner over the internet. We even see old footage of Samuel Stearns at that college. We also find out that the leader was actually taken in by Serpent after the events of Incredible Hulk, which means it retcons the fact that Black Widow was the one who found the leader and took him to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters to be studied. So it looks like Fury's big week ain't canon no more. Speaking of Black Widow, we get a mention of General Ross's heart problems from that movie. We get a fucking Bucky Barnes cameo, and this shit really meant something to me. Not only do we learn that this man is a congressman, the entire government in the MCU is filled with a bunch of murderers. So it is kind of like real life. But Sam tells Bucky that he should have taken that super soldier serum because he's not Steve. He doesn't know if he can do this all day. But Bucky gives Sam a great pep talk, tells him that Steve Rogers gives people something to believe in, but you give them something to aspire to be. Because you're just a regular guy. We can actually try to be like you, Cap. That's what makes you special. Not no super soldier serum. And then of course at the end, Sam makes fun of him by saying, did your speechwriters write that for you? Which is a similar joke that he told Cap after he gives that speech in Winter Soldier. We hear Betty Ross on the phone. We find out the leader has been held captive for 16 years and he's the real reason Ross is president. This soldier, who's a friend of Sam Wilson and who gets killed by the leader unfortunately, is named Dunphy. I don't know if he was supposed to be Dennis Dunphy, a Demolition Man, but if he is, Demolition Man was gone too soon. We find out Ross becomes the Red Hulk because the leader made some pills for him to take that he thought was just saving his life and his heart. Ross knew the perk was fake, but he still ate it because he's a gremlin. And they kept his heating factor. This is the entire reason that he turns red, because he can't regulate his body temperature, and the hotter he gets, the more he gasses out. The Washington Monument gets fucked again in the MCU. J. Jonah Jameson be like, this is Spider-Man's fault. My brother in Christ, when the Red Hulk did the thunderclap, I lost my mind. That's an iconic signature Hulk move that we've seen plenty of times throughout the MCU. Then we get that scene where Sam talks down the Red Hulk to try to become human again. And it's gotta be a reference to, hey, big guy, son's getting real low. But it's actually a reference to Sam's group therapy. He has an incredible way with words, so much so that Sam inspired Steve to keep this on after the snap. And that's just one of the major reasons he chose him to be the next Captain America. Give him a salute. Ross gets taken to the Raft, which is a high security prison for superpowered individuals in the middle of the fucking ocean. Along with Willis Stryker, Trish Walker, and Zemo, Ross joins a ragtag group of individuals. I wonder if Sidewinder was taken to the Raft too. But then we finally get the Betty Ross cameo when she visits her dad at the Raft, returning to a role from 15 years ago. Sam confirms that he's going to be reassembling the Avengers, saying the world needs them. Joaquin asks for a Wakandan suit upgrade. And finally, in the post-credits scene, the leader teases that the others are coming, other worlds, which is teasing Doomsday and Secret Wars. The multiverse ain't never gonna stop coming. But those were all the Easter eggs, cameos, and hidden details that I was able to find. Let me know which ones you found down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more.